All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk about the Oppenheimer implosion bomb. It was that idea that led America to be number one with the bomb. But this whole implosion device and then the movie that came out, I think everybody has, well, technical people, they have a concept about where they had to explode, the uranium or plutonium, spherically all the way around with explosives, and you had to get into the very center with the explosion to make a spherical compression into that zone and initiate a fission process. That's the whole Oppenheimer movie, what it was about, and whole Manhattan Project, and that was a beautiful thing, to do something like that. But I'd also like to say that I believe this whole implosion device, what it's actually an insight into, was something that I'd done with gravity. Over 25 years ago, I want to merely say that that concept of that implosion device, of trying to bore in on every single angle to come into the middle, with implosion, that's to tell you that you're trying to focus all your pressure into the middle. Now this device here, this is magnets here, really strong kind of magnets. Yeah, north, south, we got all kinds of stuff. Whoops, stay right there. But anyway, the purpose of this is I was playing with magnets because I was after gravity, looking for ways, because my premise is that bubble, I like to call it a bubble, that zone in the middle, that zone, when we talk about the Oppenheimer bomb, we're talking about maybe a zone of spherical pressure you're trying to induce into the center. My analogies from what I'm after with gravity is really the same approach. However, instead of explosives and the compression, what I'm after is I'm going to use torque. But before I go to torque, I want to talk about what I believe the gravitational field. As we know, the gravitational field, whether you want to call it a distortion of space or not, the gravitational energy at this point is greater than this point, meaning the density gets lower away from the Earth. Meaning, just like water, a bubble in water, a ball, or anything, if you cause a displacement from greater density to less, it will always go up. Always. That's buoyancy. Now that same buoyancy, now that's what I'm after, to make a buoyant ball, a zone, with what I'm trying to do, to create a ball, you could say, within the gravitational flux, and have the Earth push it away, whether you want to call it a distortion of space or whatever. So how do I want to do this? It's not explosives with spherical spheres. I'm talking about torque. Those who know a little bit about torque or anything about torque, I might have to back up a little because I can't plug it in. Those who know, this is only a very lightweight mass. It's 1/2 mv square. Function of mass, function of speed. But those who know what I was trying to do, and you can see it a little bit, it's called precession. Now those who know that play with a top, it doesn't deflect gravity, but it moves its center of gravity. And that's what I'm after, that torque. Now, trying to come in on all sides, that's what I'm doing here. And the most minimum configuration I have is 6. X plus X minus X, plus Y minus Y, plus Z minus Z, however you want to say it. Of course, you could do multiple configurations, but in regards to space consideration and a one-man show, this is what I built. I'm going to grab the cover for it. This was enclosed in a box. These flanges, this was completely a box. I should have brought the book out here, I could have showed the picture, but it's online and I have stuff. This was enclosed completely. It was enclosed in router motors bigger than this, because that's only an 1/8 inch collet size. These are 1/2 inch size collets, so I had a 1/2 inch routers, 25,000 revolutions per minute, large size routers, that would spin at 25K. So I had X, Y, and Z. It's molded to this, so this would spin. These were spinning 25,000 revolutions per minute, all of them. And look at this. See, I had the scale. Now look, right now it's about, look, like what does it weigh? Like 20, 40, 42 pounds, plus the box, plus the weights. They're about 10 amps each on a router. That's 60 amps I was pulling. I had a large cable plugged in. I had a special apparatus under this, a gimbal, like when you go to a park and you sit on a tire wheel and you spin 360. I was looking for it, I can't find it. This is 25 years old. I never documented this, and maybe I should have a long time ago, but I'll explain what. Anyway, so I had about 80 amps jamming in this thing, a cable running in my basement. I got a picture. You know, I did multiple experiments, and even this one, which was the pinnacle of my gravity, I had my father at the other end, the 40 feet cable to the main panel box. I'm an electrician, I know how to wire it in. I needed the juice. I turned it on. Well, when this thing turned on and it fired up, it was kind of loud, a little bit loud, maybe something you don't do in the basement. And I could tell with my father's eyes over there, he wasn't too happy. But I'm in the middle of an experiment, and this thing kind of, when it was jamming, it was kind of like doing this a little bit. I was really expecting the whole thing go up against the ceiling when I had the whole thing and I processed it, you know. I started to force a procession upon it. But I gotta tell you, when I did all this, I was seeing jiggly, I couldn't tell. All I could tell is my poor father looked a little scared. I mean, I had safety glasses and a piece of rope holding plywood over my family jewels. I know, I mean, if the thing came apart. This is me, this is what I've been doing most of my life. In my early 40s is when I hit this off, 45. So anyway, I knew that I have to repeat this experiment in a better facility. My father was scared, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't see it go through the roof. But I couldn't confirm whether how much of deflection. I said I had to do it again. Well, within that 6 months time frame, I thought of an idea on nuclear fusion. And I thought it was just as crystal clear. And maybe because this thing didn't go busting through the roof, I thought I had it. The Middle East, they just finished a war with Saddam Hussein after his oil. They're still after energy. Since the 1970s, America's been screaming for an energy crisis. Well, I thought that's what you want, energy. So I built a lot of Tesla coils. I came up with my own ideology called the Bennett pinch, which is used in the fusion industry. Simple containment of water. Look at the electrodes I used here were the same. They were kind of like the gyros I used. I was just using electrodes, and I put the Tesla coil in ultra pure reagent grade water. Of course you want D2O, isotopes of hydrogen, but it costs $50 for an ounce, which means this vessel right here would cost me $25,000 to fill with the actual fuel. And then of course with a simple rudimentary Tesla coil to try and prove a proof of concept. You know, proof of concept, I want to say, you know, in the early 2000s, NASA sent up some satellites, X-ray satellites and gamma ray satellites, and they confirmed high altitude lightning strikes, gamma radiations being emitted. That should be a sign of the deuterium that's in the clouds. Maybe, you know, fusion reactions are taking place. Whether or not you need evidence to support what I'm trying to say is, I'm talking about the linear application within the fuel itself being D2O. Not taking out the oxygen, just dealing with deuterated gas, deuterium. No. Yes, this would be the fuel itself. Maybe, you know, with an additional toroid for a magnetic pinch, etc., etc. I hand built it. I did it. I performed an experiment in 2007 early. I went on the internet. I tried to tell people, blah, blah. I'll admit in the beginning I tried to promote it in a way like, let's do business. But after so many years of doing gravity, other things, I have a very thin skin. I didn't want, you know, trying to put up with people just talking stupid. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't the best person to go back and forth with it. But I documented on the internet 2 years. I tried to discuss it, but I'm a nobody, no PhD. I have an engineering degree. I developed an ideology on nuclear fusion. I call it plasma hot fusion. I mean, it's who cares about the name? It's just another ideology how to do nuclear fusion. Well, I didn't get nowhere with it. Look at it, it's 15 years now. More than, how many years since 2007? It's 2023 now. I don't know, some of my friends are dying off. Who knows what's going to happen in life. I've never ever documented my gravity. That's something I've been with after all my life. And I don't know, as time's going on, I'm just thinking maybe this is what I got to do. I got to just document what I did. Maybe it works. Maybe somebody else could take it. Because I'm too thin skinned. I can't deal with people and their stupid questions. Or all they think about is money, 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 or whatever it might be. Not just simply for the pursuit of science itself. Just to try and find new things. Well, that's my avenue. That's why, you know, whatever. I was able to come up with the ideas. Hey, how to bump gravity, a bubble in water, a bubble in the flux of the gravitational flux, distortion of space, call it what you want. But my premise is to put a bubble in that flux. How I'm going to do that bubble, I'm going to do it with torque. 1/2 mv squared and torque it and try and get into the center. And I don't know. I tell you, I think this thing might have worked. Somebody needs to repeat it out there, and somebody needs to repeat my fusion experiment. I did close to 1,000,000 volts. The frequency is about 150 kilohertz. You know, high frequency. There's so much to the science of it all, but yet the point being, can you pinch deuteron to helium and get the excess energy? Clean, safe energy. As stupid and simple as it seems, well, everything in life in the end comes out simple. That's what it is in the end. When you figure it out, it is simple. And I say that this fusion device will work. Not the way it is. You gotta tweak it, you gotta do something. But the ideology is what takes you there. The tokamak device, which they've been working on for 70 years, it's not going anywhere. You're wasting your money, but it's hard to change things when big money's involved and etc., etc. And may they get it to work, God bless you. But I don't think so. You got to go back to the roots. Something simple seems too simple. Well, guess what? KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So here I am, Sam Azar. Fusion and gravity. I don't seem to go anywhere in the United States of America. I don't know. You know, maybe I'm talking stupid here now, but I'm just going to say it. I'm Syrian. I'm born here in America, but it seems like everybody got to call me out as the Syrian guy, the Arab. And, well, it doesn't seem like America likes me too much. They haven't for a long time. I mean, I got screwed around with my whole life. Whatever. God said, just ignore everybody. Come, I'll teach you the things of life. Just move on. And that's where I'm at. I want to document this stuff. The Syrian guy did it. Give it to somebody else, and I hope I hope I'm proven true. Thank you, and good, you know, and you're welcome for you and for, you know, for humanity. And I hope to be proven true, because this is a gift from God, because I've always followed God in Jesus' name, and I pray for it to be true, and may it be true. And let's just get past this shit of human beings just mad at each other. They don't like each other because they're from another side. Hopefully that goes away too. And may, you know, and may these fruits, fruits of gravity and such, be the way towards a better future for all of us. I wish the best for all of us. I just want to be proven true, man. It's been 25 years on this, over 15 years on fusion. Come on! Prove me right or wrong! Sam Azar, fusion, gravity, there it is. Thank you very much. God bless everyone.